So what we're talking about today is something that has affected, I'm sure, all of us, and that is the loss of a loved one. Now, when we think of the loss of a loved one, we relate it to grief. And grief is a loss mainly of when someone dies. It can relate to other things, but we're talking in this instance of losing someone that was very precious to us. And really, first off, what it does is it leaves a very, very empty space. Now, I know when my granddad passed away that, it was one, shock was the first thing that came with it, but really that space of loss and the fact that I'll never see him again, just in pictures, but not in a physical way. And that really left an empty space. And every year the memorial comes round, and not just then, but on a lot of occasions, I think of him all the time. It also leaves like an undeniable feeling of pain. And, it leaves us asking, why could we have done something more just to preserve that person? Or, what could I have done to prevent it? And in a lot of instances, time comes and it takes those people away that were so dear to us. And, that pain is, we can't even put it into words. However, we understand the situation, and it's something that we can never quite fathom, in the sense of, a lot of people believe maybe they go on to somewhere else. At this point in juncture, we know that we don't know in that sense, but we know that we feel that sense of loss, and it leaves an overwhelming feeling of pain. The anger that comes with it, like, why God, if you believe in God or the universe or whatever you believe in, why is it this way? Why do we have loved people that we love in our lives, and one minute they're there and the next minute they're gone, and we just have to deal with it? So it can have that overwhelming feeling of anger towards the fact that why could it have not been maybe even someone else? We're thinking in those terms. But then it's a whole family that loses someone that we love, and we're the ones that have to deal with it, the ones that are left over here to deal with it. Another thing that can come on is depression, and that's because the whole thought of us perhaps not seeing our loved one again in the flesh, as it were. Yes, we have the memories, but just the thought of not being able to see them again. The time helps us lead towards the acceptance that no, we're not going to see our loved one in the flesh again. However, we have all the beautiful memories of the time that we spent with that person, of the things that we learned, the moments that we shared. And that is what really keeps us going. So once we accept it, then we're able to move on. And that's going through all of those emotions, through the anger, through the depression, if that's how it's affected us. A level of moving on and understanding, no, we're not going to see that person again, but they brought so much into our lives that's what really does make us happy, that at least we had the opportunity to know that loved one, and to, whatever they instilled in us, that we too can carry that over. So once we accept and we recognise that things will never be the same, things will never be the same without that person in our lives, but we can adjust, and although they're gone, that there'll always be a place in our hearts for the ones that we've lost. What are we instilling then, if that's the case? If we are building relationships with our children, with our grandchildren, with our mothers, with our fathers, holding on and appreciating every moment that we have to spend with these ones, because we just never know when our time is going to be up. So what are we doing to leave a mark or a legacy for our children, or for helping out our parents, and knowing that we've done everything that we possibly can to bring joy and happiness into their lives? Now, that's something that we can do when we have people in our lives that we show gratitude for the love that they show for us, and that's what we can do. So grief, it is a process that we have to go to, and no, we will never forget the person that we love, but then they would want us to be mourning or grieving as well in that sense. So it does take time, and time is a healer, and we will never forget our loved ones, and the way that they made us feel. And if you like this video, please hit that link below and ding dong, ring that notification bell, and I'll be able to let you know when we have other items and videos coming up, because I will shortly be doing a radio station, which is a talk show. If you're interested, or if you'd like to hear any of your questions answered, please feel free to leave a comment in the link and I'll get back to you. Now you take care, and I'll see y'all on the other side.